Oh, it doesn't look like I'm signed in. Let me see if this will sign me in. Okay. Sorry, we're going to take care of all this. Let's see if that works. All right. We'll see. Okay. Okay. Hey, I'm Paul Gutricht. I'm a therapist practicing in West Los Angeles. And I've previously talked about something important about conflict, which is that once I help somebody lift out angry behavior choices that they're making, angry behavior choices, yelling, throwing stuff, all that kind of thing, there's still going to be the conflict between two people that has to be addressed. And as I've thought about it, I've realized sometimes that sounds like I'm saying it's the other person's fault for making them angry. I am not saying that at all. What I'm saying is that when the behavior is lifted out, they were upset because the emotion of anger is fine. It's what we do when we're angry that we want to watch out for. Okay. So this person who I'm helping, they're still upset about something. Okay. But then the question is, and that's what this little clip is about, is what are the added layers that get us stuck here, right? So I may be helping someone manage their emotion, help them take some deep breaths, help them think about the bigger picture and what their goals are. But if something is said back to them that doesn't necessarily validate the efforts or their position, they might chuck it all out the window and say, well, forget this, and blow up. Okay. And then when we get angry, our goals get hijacked, and another thought comes in that says, when I'm angry, I can talk to people however I want, whenever I want, say whatever I want. Okay. So if someone offends me, then I have the right to blank. All right. So we're trying to work on all these different layers. Pull out the angry behavior first, but then also if there is emotion down the line, also try to manage that. Okay, so we're not blowing up later just because I was well behaved at the beginning and I'm not getting validation for it doesn't mean I get to be badly behaved later, right? Or blow up later. Okay, so picture someone trying to use some of the tools that I talk about, but then something is said that kind of invalidates them or negates them, and then they get very frustrated that they're making this effort, but they're not getting any credit for it. Okay, now, again, it can seem like, okay, the other person is upsetting them. And yes, we have a separate clip on here about everybody being accountable for not only their own emotional state, but also the emotional state of the other person, as in, I'm sorry I upset you, not I'm sorry that you got upset, right? Okay, so I'm talking about a lot of layers here. So the challenge is, it's not so much that just because I pull out the angry behavior and I'm still angry, that it's the other person's fault that I'm angry, all right? It can be what I'm bringing to this conversation. So here's a little example, given all the rambling I've done so far. Okay, I've been working on keeping my cool while I talk about something that's upsetting me, and so I'm going to talk about it using these tools. But that's on my side, right? There's an unspoken, there's a possible unspoken expectation that I get some validation for all of this because I'm still upset, right? But I am managing my angry behavior. then if I don't get the validation that I want, and by the way, I haven't told my partner any of this, right? Then I might blow up. So now there's still these added layers here. So it's not necessarily the fault of the other partner, right? Now I'm asking people to say, all right, I have been working on trying to manage my anger, actually saying these things to their partner. I want to talk to you about the issue, but I also kind of want you to notice that I'm doing what I can to manage how I normally react so that you can get some props for the work that you're doing. Does that make sense? All right. So you're asking something of your partner. I am asking something of you, partner, to give them some validation, right? And I'm also asking you to also pay attention to your language, right? Which we talk about in a number of different clips here. How to best communicate, how to most effectively communicate, right? And spoiler alert, stay away from judgment, stay away from opinions, and focus on the facts, focus on how each of you are feeling and what your needs are, which are related to what your goals are. Okay? So watch this clip a couple of times because I've put a lot in here, but I think it'll make more sense maybe the second go around. So I'm going to end it now quickly so you can watch it again. All right? Thank you, and we'll keep going. Have a good weekend.